Silent John incremental, another silent instrumental, the nerd rap existential. People compare me to MC Christopher a lot, but the fact is I predicted with significance. I'm the oldest geek rapper by far, save K&R, compiling kernels, open bracket, cause I rack it. And my teen nerds throw your laser pen in the air and wave it all around like you had no repercussions. Now follow instructions, Professor. Why these discussions consist of nothing but incoherent rambling and babbling, but you just still take notes cause you never know what's happening. I'll drop a little nugget, a tidbit if you will. There were 4 United States presidents named Bill. Really? If you run out of hit points, the game will shout.
Your life force is running out.
If you dig this, then you dug this, cause I'm all about the nerd life, word life. If you dig this, then you dug this, cause I'm all about the nerd life, word life. If you dig this, then you dug this, cause I'm all about the nerd life, word life. If you dig this, then you dug this, cause I'm all about the nerd life, word life, yeah. Let me start again, put it on like a cardigan, swinging like my name was Mad Mardigan, which reminds me, Warwick Davis was Willow and a Ewok, Leonard Nimoy was Galvatron and Spock. That ain't typecast, I don't know what it. Talk about predestiny, nobody gets the best of me. I've only played one role my whole lifetime, the nerd lifeline, stream through a wicked pipeline. So no one can buy mine, cause mine is original and I write rhymes to burn on a CD, play in the mini B. Soccer moms yodel back, yodel at little me. I got a sidekick, I gotta stay connected. Watch out for my decom or you'll get infected. You don't wanna be one of my bots, cause I see it all like Saw on the Cyclops. And I won't hesitate to drop your whole net block if you're acting up and you're dumber than a pet rock. I'm about this nerd life, as you can see, spreading like a virus on MP3. On MP3. STC. Shout outs to Vic, Agnostic One, up for fucking Silent John. Yeah. Nerd Life, graphing calculator, HP48G. The G is for gangster. Digital shit, yeah. You know how we do.
What's up, meatbags? It's the often imitated, never duplicated Tony TGT. And as you can see, I'm joined by 2 Black Panthers, one being Blinded Braille, the other Finbar Saunders. What's up, gentlemen?
What's up? What's up?
All right. We will be talking Black Panther spoilers. Now, there was some spoilers out there apparently before this. Blinded brought it to my attention before the stream. And I will say that if you read those spoilers from before, they are, in fact, 100% accurate. That's right. So if you were on Reddit, if you were looking at those old spoilers on Reddit, yeah, they're true. We had confirmation today. Somebody who called me up early in the morning. I looked at the phone. I said, oh, shit, it's Cougs, because I call him Cougs. I was like, what's up, Cougs? What you need? He's like, man, I had a good premiere last night. I'm feeling good, Tony. I heard that you hit 1,000 subscribers. Let me give you some inside info. I was like, I'm always down for some inside info, Cougs. So there it is. The man himself, 100%. Ask him. If you don't believe me, ask Ryan Coogler. Be like, did you call Tony? And I'm sure he'll verify my story. You
were having some sake with your good friend Coogler's son, weren't you?
Yeah. So like I said, we're going to go into the spoilers. This is not going to be like a detailed breakdown of like what clothes they were wearing, what direction they were facing, how the wind was blowing in the scene. But we're just going to go like an overview of the story, talk about it, our thoughts about it, what we think. Does that sound good to you, gentlemen?
Yep.
Oh, Carl O said he's a Black Panther as well.
Oh, yeah, because he's got the black hat.
He's a little black kid. You made it, Bianca. You made it just in time. Cougs is the best. He is. Yes.
Well, is he?
All right.
Hopefully.
Hopefully what?
I mean, hopefully he delivers.
I don't know, man.
From what I've been told, it's a solid 7.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, first off, I got to say again, I didn't think Black Panther 1 was like a 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10. I think the first Black Panther was a solid 7 too.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. It's not my favorite Marvel movie, but I thought it was decent for what it did.
Because I totally want to know what direction the character's facing. Yeah, I'm just saying. Ryan, he was celebrating, so he didn't give me like exact details. All right, so the movie opens up and we get Black Panther. He's dying off screen. And we don't even get an on screen. We don't get like a big, post fight type thing. He's just dying. Dude's just dying. And Shuri is trying to synthesize a new herb to save his life. Which, first off, I think is utterly ridiculous, right? That's what my girlfriend calls me, a solid 7. We do know that in the first Black Panther movie, Killmonger did destroy all of the sacred Wakanda herbs. No more ganja for the Black Panther. All the herb is gone.
Oh God.
So I don't understand how the hell she's trying to synthesize. Like, how is that even a plot point, right? Like, the only assumption I can make is that she's trying to get it out of his blood, synthesize more Black Panther herb. Either way, she fails miserably. She just fucks it all up, and Black Panther dies. And later on, we're gonna find out, and I think this is one of those like real life to movie moments that like just feels to me like icky, right?
Mm-hmm.
He had an unknown illness that he didn't tell anybody about, much like the real life Chadwick Boseman.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't like it feels weird, right? To me.
Yeah, I feel conflicted about this. Yeah, it. From what I understand, from what I understand, it was something that the family requested. But I don't know to like what extent. If they wanted it to acknowledge him passing away from cancer, or if they didn't want him totally on screen.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah, first super chat.
First super chat. Thank you, Carl.
Thanks, Carl.
I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. Here's your first super chat, Tony. Congrats. Well,
Nice.
gentlemen, that's $2. 30% goes to YouTube. $1.70 split between the three of us. We're living like fucking kings.
Where's Don't spend it all at once.
Yeah. Thank you, Carl. I'm definitely, like I said, I'm going to keep this. I saved this. I saved the screenshot. Look at that. Hold on. When we're at our like 10,000 super chat, I'm gonna bring this picture back up and be like, "Look at Carlo was the first. He popped our chat."
Yeah, the OG.
They show him dying. No, they don't show him dying. He's like, he's over there dying, like over there, like just out of view, like he's right over there.
Yeah, they tell Shuri that he passes away.
And again, like, there's going to be a lot of things in this movie where I could see where it seems like they took the original plot, which would have been Black Panther missing because of the snap, and sort of reworked it into this new plot. Yeah, so he dead.
Also, so sorry, Tony. So this was originally going to be set in between during the blip. Is that what they were saying?
No, this was going to be set after the blip. So he comes back because remember he got snapped, right? So
yeah. So
he has to kind of deal with the fallout of the blip.
Have fallout of him being missing for that whole time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Apparently, there was like an original script that was written prior to Boseman passing, and then supposedly Coogler wrote this script afterward. But like I said, there's some moments in this where you're like, yeah, I can see how this could have worked even when he was alive, right? Like,
yeah,
this
definitely.
This could have been like a flashback where like he's missing type deal.
Yeah.
So anyway, he's dead. Get the funeral. They get the whole. Everybody's sad. T'Challa's dead. T'Challa, Shuri does not burn her funeral clothes. That's like a plot point that's going to be brought up later because she's not ready to move on yet. She's not ready to let go. Then we get a nice 1-year time jump, which again is strange, right? Because we haven't even established where we're at yet, and we're getting a time jump for a year. So I'm guessing this would be a year after Endgame now, because he has to come back from the blip to die, right?
Well, I don't think this is a year after Endgame. This might be like
Endgame's when they come
2
back.
years. It might be 2 years because this might be now catching up with She-Hulk, which I think takes place in like 2025 or something.
And there's been none of the. So if this is there's a time jump of a year.
Yeah.
And it's a year since he's passed.
Right.
And
That's what I'm saying.
catching up with She-Hulk, but there's been no media
shit
about the King of Wakanda dying.
Another
Thanks,
another
Bianca.
super chat.
That's a super sticker. I can't see what it looks like.
We'll have to check on the replay.
Nah, I'll bring up the other screen. Come on, we got screens inside screens.
It
is the dancing
cat.
No, that's a dog.
It's not a dog.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's the Doge dog or whatever.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a Shiba
It's a
Inu.
dog.
No, you can't. I can see it now. We had to bring it. You can't see it in the backstage area of StreamYards. It just says super sticker. But we could see it. We could see it on the YouTube. Thank you, Bianca. Thank you. Yeah, so if he's back, right, he's alive. That means he has to have come back. They don't really tell you, like, hey, this is like he's been back for 5 days, a year, whatever. Right? So the best I could go is, well, he's back, and then let's say he dies within a couple of months. So a year from that, it's like a year and a couple of months since Endgame.
Yeah, it has to be fairly quickly after Endgame.
Yeah, because no one's mentioned it, and no other show has so far in She-Hulk, any of the other shows.
To be fair, there's a lot of characters that we don't know, like haven't been mentioned yet in what we've already gotten.
Yeah, but I would think that Black Panther being dead would probably be worth a mention.
Yeah.
That one guy, the one guy that was.
Oh shit! It's Bob. Bob, I thought you were going to avoid this, Bob.
He's playing God of War.
You with us, Bob?
Is he still playing it? Is he still
alive? Nah, I finished up.
I thought you were going to avoid the spoilers.
I read through the article and I thought I may as well come join the chat.
Yeah, so like I said, we were like 20 minutes in the stream and we barely got 5 seconds into the article. Yeah, so it's a year after. Boom, Wakanda's defenseless. No Black Panther. All the world's like, hey, we're going to fucking take advantage because we want that vibranium, that magical metal. So, the Queen's dealing with all this shit. She's dealing with all the people and all the evils they're capable of. And then France, which is weird. This is like a weird choice to me. Like a French secret ops team goes in to try to like steal vibranium. They attack Wakandan scientists. I'm like why the French?
Why would the French?
Yeah, like
yeah.
The French are not really known for this like aggressive sort of attitude, right? Like maybe the Germans, right? Maybe the U.S. or like the Chinese or
I feel like in modern times, most Western countries wouldn't do something like this, even if they oppose the country that they're going to invade. So it just feels completely off.
They should have showed like it was American soldiers like putting on French uniforms. That like makes more sense.
Or it could have been from Latveria.
Yeah, this is what I thought it was going to be. See, this is the I won't say spoiler because it isn't now because it didn't come true. But this is what I'd heard was going to happen. It was going to be Latveria trying to get the
they could have just made up
for Doctor Doom's costume.
Insert a fictional country if they weren't comfortable with a real country, right? So it is weird.
I wonder if it's going to be one of those things where it's a different country depending on where the movie's shown.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
actually, you know what? It's banned in France. This movie's not going to play in France. I'm not sure if you guys know this.
Is it
I
banned
just
because of
remember
that?
this. No, it's for other reasons. Because this is actually going to stream on Disney Plus. Like,
Oh, because of their
what is it?
weird
40
rule.
days. Yeah, so it got banned, right? So it's never going to be in France.
Wow.
Maybe they changed it in post. Like, you know what? Fuck them Frenchies.
Fuck France.
Yeah,
Got to get that unopinion.
that's hilarious.
Yeah. Essentially, yeah. So they go in there, but of course the Wakandans were tipped off. Probably from Everett Ross, who, spoiler, later on he's going to get arrested by, what is it, Allegra de Fontaine, Valentina
Yeah, Val.
Allegra de Fontaine, Julie Louise Dreyfus, who turns out to be, another spoiler, Everett Ross's ex-wife. So we get a nice little appearance from her. That was one of the things that Disney doesn't want you to know about. So don't let them know that I told you. So yeah, so they're tipped off, and it turns out all the scientists that they thought were scientists actually know they're Wakandan warriors, and they captured the French team.
Did the French surrender?
Well, yeah, because they captured them. So then we go to there's a ship searching the ocean. They found a way to detect vibranium, and for some reason they're looking underwater. Which I started thinking about this, and this kind of made sense, right? Like if you had a nation, like in the real world, if Wakanda existed, right? If Wakanda just came out of nowhere, right? And you're like, oh shit, there's this really super advanced country that exists, and they had like technology that kept them hidden from the rest of the world, and they got like special metal and stuff, right? Wouldn't you be like, you know what? There might be more of them out there, right? Like, so you go looking in like weird places. So this kind of made a little bit of sense. Thoughts, guys?
Yeah.
Well, I thought they kind of had an idea that Wakanda existed because of in Iron Man 2. So like some people knew, but it wasn't like public information. Maybe like governments knew.
Yeah, Iron Man 2.
Yeah, on Iron Man 2, there's he pulls up a map and you could see Wakanda.
Well, there was,
And also he says in Age of Ultron, he also mentions that he did some dealings there or around there, didn't he? Or he knows Claw. That was what it was.
Yeah.
He knew Ulysses Claw. So the gun runners and stuff knew about it, but
yeah. But I don't think on the map. I think there's just like a dot. It's not really like Wakanda because there's a dot in the ocean too.
just trees in it. Just,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because remember the dot in the ocean, people were like, "What's Namor?" And they didn't actually own Namor at the time. So
Yeah.
we're just not going to tell you what that dot is. But anyway, they're looking. They found a way to track vibranium, and conveniently, they find some under the ocean. You know, again, I'm pretty sure we've mapped out the ocean, and we've, you know, most of the ocean, right? Like not like the Marianas Trench or whatever, but like most of it. We've done a pretty good job. I think we'd see like people walking around like, hey, the radar shows a whole bunch of people in like a city down there, like. But somehow, you know, the Atlanteans exist, or not the Atlanteans, the Tolokans.
Yeah.
Well, I think the ocean hasn't been explored that much.
It's not what it was before. I think a lot of people say it's like 70, but that's slightly changed. But yeah, it's still. I mean, the ocean is weird, so.
Well, I mean, we're
Who
not
knows?
down into the cracks and crevices, but I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
a city, you can't just hide a city under the water. We have submarines, and like I said, we have radar. They scan for other submarines. And again, maybe we don't know every fish that's down there, right? But a big fucking city, I don't believe it. Not in 2022.
Well, I wanna actually see what it looks like because maybe that might explain it, right? Like they didn't tell us through the dialogue, but you can kind of like visually see.
Yeah.
So this one I'm holding out for because, I mean, it would be a nitpick, but I would have to see if it's actually a nitpick.
Well, look, if Wakanda can be hidden from satellite, then come on, we can't. It's not a stretch to say this fucking place can be hid from radar.
Yeah. Because they had that dome, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everyone on the ship is murdered by the Talokans, but because of the use of vibranium in the attack, people are kind of suspicious of the Wakandans. They think this was a Wakandan thing, right? Because Wakandans are the only ones with vibranium. Then we get the lovely scene of Shuri and the mom. What the hell's the mom's name?
Ramona.
Ramonda.
Yeah.
They're out there at the beach. You know, again, this is like a weird thing. Like, where the hell is Wakanda? Because I could have swore it was like surrounded by
I thought it was landlocked. Yeah.
land, but apparently
Yes.
there's a water section.
Well, it seems like there's a water section within the city, but it's confusing.
So they're going. She's like, "Hey, we got to burn the clothes." You know, coming to terms. And Shuri's like, "Nah. I'm not burning my clothes, bitch. These are my fancy clothes." So she don't burn them. But then, of course, Namor shows up. Just comes up out of the water. Gives the whole, you know, I'm Cuckoo Clan, yada yada yada. Fucking Namor. It's like, hey, you got vibranium. I got vibranium. We should be allies. Because those evil white people, they're going to want to take our vibranium. It's kind of weird. And I know the anti-woke people, they're going to be really up in arms about that. The whole, like, idea of colonizers and, you know, the white people are stealing the black and brown people's special magical metal. But they're like, she's like, they're like, I don't know about this, right? We don't really know about you. So there's really no alliance, not yet. So eventually they find out that the machine that tracks vibranium through help from Everett Ross, obviously, that it was created by an MIT student. Which again, this is again something that like sounded good on paper, right? Like hey, we're gonna have Riri Williams invent this machine that finds is able to locate vibranium, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I go, why is she at MIT? Like you would think like the billionaires of the world would have been like, I'm gonna hire you so that no one else can have the special vibranium finding technology except for our company, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not like a technology that you would want out there. Like you'd be like, no, or even because she's from the U.S. And again, you would think the U.S. would have seized this under national security claims, right? Like this sort of technology. It's like if you built a fucking nuclear bomb. You're like, no, you just can't do certain things, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
And vibranium, again, being the super secret special metal, and if you invented a way to find it, the government would invent a way to take it from you.
Mm-hmm.
No one else had it, right?
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
So the idea that she's just, walking around, and she's not rich either. Apparently, like, I guess they don't really explain. Like, she just invents it and then just like gives it to the world. Like, here you go, everybody. Just like fucking track down vibranium. I'm going to school because I got to be in school.
Wouldn't you capitalize on that if you invented something which hadn't been invented before? Seems a bit dumb. She ain't as smart as she sounds.
Yeah. Well, apparently, we're going to find out that she didn't sell it, but her teacher sold it without her permission. And again, I can't stress this enough. If you invented something like this, the government of the United States would 100% seize it. Right? There's no way about it. So either way, Okoye and Shuri, despite being told not to go by the queen, they go over there. They find her. They're like, hey, this guy from the ocean wants to kill you. So come with us. But of course, the CIA, now after all this time, Okoye and Shuri find her like that. But apparently the CIA been looking for her for a while, but they finally conveniently catch up to her when Shuri's there. So we get a nice little car chase. Shuri gets on a motorcycle. Riri Williams puts on her test armor. And of course, Namora and Atuma show up. There's a big battle. Big fight. And yes, I said Namora, not Namor. Because I'm not sure if she's the sister in this one or.
I think she's still the sister.
Imagine Tony emotes. Yeah. Dang ads. Oh, there's ads on the channel now?
Yeah.
Yep. That's what happens. You got monetized.
You're
I
a
didn't
big
know there
shot,
was ads.
man.
I've never, I have premium, so I don't see ads on anything.
Yeah,
me
same.
too.
Either way, Riri's armor gets yanked out of the air. They get their ass whipped. And Riri and Shuri, they just leave Okoye. She just like, they're like, fuck, we don't need the ball, bitch. Just leave her alone. They take Riri and Shuri to Talokan, the mysterious underwater city. Later on, we find out that Okoye gets her ass chewed out by the queen for losing the princess. And she strips her of her Dora Milaje rank or whatever the fuck it is. Like, they're like, look, you're not special no more. You're fucking out of here. Now Shuri's like, hey, don't kill Riri. Like, we could be cool, but just don't kill her, right? And this is like the weirdest thing because you would think Namor has her, right? He doesn't need to. He just keep her under the city. You don't really need to kill her. They could be partners, but he's like really insistent that they kill her for some reason.
Right.
And which is again is stupid because they have her. Why didn't they just kill her then, right? It's like one of those weird bad guy things. Like, we're gonna wait till you wake up so you know that we killed you.
Wouldn't you, if this girl was so smart to invent a vibranium detecting machine, wouldn't you want to exploit her for her intelligence instead of just kidnapping her and then killing her?
Yeah, give her a job. Something, yeah.
And again, like, you have her, right? And they're like, hey, we want this lady dead, but they're like, no, we're gonna bring her to the city, show her around. And we get a little flashback about the 1500s. I think it's like 1700s. They had a vision of the tribe and glowing underwater flowers, and we get the whole backstory of how they ate the flowers and they turned blue. But they can no longer breathe, and they went in the ocean. For some reason, the Talokan flowers turns you blue and puts you in the water. You can't breathe in it. The Black Panther flowers, they just give you superpowers.
Right.
Interesting.
And again, this goes back to what I said in the first Black Panther movie. Like, why didn't Killmonger just give everybody the flower and have like a whole city full of Black Panthers? Because everybody in Talokan is super strong. It's like fucking Black Panther strong, right? Except for they just can't breathe air.
Well, when everyone's super, no one's super.
Yeah, but Namor is super.
Because he's a mutant.
He's a mutant. Because his mom ate a flower while she was pregnant.
And he does reveal his mutant in this as well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yes. It's kind of dumb she ate a flower and that's what made him a mutant. It's not genetics.
Well, it is genetics because the mom's pregnant, eats the flower, and it changes his genetics.
I just don't like that they've changed this rules because it's like that with Miss Marvel.
Well, is that blinded? Is that what they're saying caused the mutation though?
Yes.
From my understanding, yes.
Ah, fuck that.
That's weird.
It's not just like an evolution because there's supposed to be an evolution, right? It's just
Yeah, well,
a random occurrence.
The Atlanteans are supposed to be humans that evolved to live underwater. Then Namor specifically is supposed to be a hybrid between an Atlantean and a human. And that was how he was a quote-unquote mutant for the longest time. But then they're like, well, he's actually a regular mutant, just like Wolverine is a mutant. And like Cyclops is a mutant because not only is he a hybrid, but then his DNA mutated. And that's why he's got winged feet. But also in his early appearances, Namor could like blow up like a fucking pufferfish or shoot electricity like an eel. Like he had all the powers of the fucking ocean animals.
Was that pre-Marvel?
No, that
He
was
was
Marvel.
introduced. That was Marvel. Okay.
Yeah.
He was introduced during Timely Comics, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever played the Spider-Man arcade game?
No.
Okay, there's a Spider-Man arcade game. It's got Spider-Man, Black Cat,
Oh
Hawkeye,
yeah, Nemo's in it, isn't he?
and Namor. And
Yeah.
you know, you got your punch, your kick, your jump, and then if you push the two buttons together, you know, the little special attack. Hawkeye shoots an arrow, Black Cat throws her little fucking claw around, Spider-Man shoots webs, and then Namor does electricity because he used to be able to shoot electricity like an eel.
Mhm.
Right. So are they going away from the X gene, do you think, in the MCU? Or
I think this is going to get retconned, if I'm going to be honest.
I don't like that he's not a half. He's supposed to be like someone from both worlds, right? Like human and Atlantean. Like he represents both worlds and then like the inner struggle. Like where does he belong? Does he belong to one or the other or both?
Mm.
How
Well,
does
I
he deal
mean,
with it?
we know why they changed that because that's what they did in Aquaman.
Yeah. Well, originally Aquaman didn't have that origin, right?
Yeah.
So they retconned Aquaman's origin to be close to some Namor's. So now they changed Namor's to be less close to the Aquaman from the movie.
Well, most people acknowledge that both of them have a very similar origin now because it's just been so long.
And again, this is like, okay, so this is what really pisses me off here, right? And this is what I was saying about like cultures don't mix the way that they're mixing them, right? So
Mhm.
the name of the city is Talocan, okay, which is Aztec. But then when they go in the flashback, right, they think he's Kukulkan, which is a Mayan god. Now there is an Aztec god that is similar that also is like a winged serpent, Quetzalcoatl, that they could have named him, right? They could have it's just a simple swap of names, and I would have no issue with it. But like, and I feel like they use this because in that was that one Smite, they use
Right.
Kukulkan. So I think they're probably like, oh, they're more familiar with this because he's in a video game.
Mhm. It would have been more interesting to go with the one that's not well known. I mean, that's why you changed Namor dramatically. Yeah. Nah.
Nah, it's bullshit. He should have been Atlantean.
Yeah. So then,
I kind of like that they changed it though, like part of it, because like the whole Atlantean stuff is kind of like I always felt that they are just too similar. There's just some characters where you're like,
What's
I don't
Aquaman?
like how they're to Aquaman.
Yeah, but
right.
he came first. So this is the thing. They've just went.
But even if they came first, regardless of what came first, I just feel like they're so similar. Where it's like if you could come up with a change that's a little bit unique, like Tony was saying, like the change is decent, but they didn't go full with it, right? Like they mixed up something, so it just feels like, well, why did you bother changing it if you didn't want to make it more unique than what it is, right?
Yeah. To be honest, there's more things I'm mad about than just this.
yeah.
Mm.
Adam
I'll get
Wilson
over
says,
this.
"Have you guys read Marvels by Kurt Busiek? It's great." Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I have the whole collection.
Yeah.
I even have the what is it? The spin-off Runes.
Yeah, that's a weird ass fucking comic. Oh my god,
Yeah. But it's good. It's good as fuck though.
it's really fucked up.
Like every superhero and like it's like everything goes wrong. Like Bruce Banner's like a mass of fucking tumors.
Yeah, I love that
Mm.
one.
How do we know Tony's Latino? Yeah. I used to think he was Italian. Sometimes. So yeah, so we get the whole flashback. Cuckoo Clan. The mom's like, "Hey, you know, I really miss being on the surface. Please bury me, son." Which I guess you can't bury people underwater. Spoiler, you can. So he takes her up there, and wouldn't you know it? Like, and again, it's like so many conveniences in this movie. As he goes to bury the mom, hey, there's some Spanish people that are enslaving others, right? So Namor whips their ass, which is weird.
Mm.
Of course, they attack him. The Talokins kill them, and one of the priests call Namor El Niño Sin Amor, which is where Namor gets his name, which is stupid.
It's like a shortened phrase. It's a little bit weird.
Okay, so the reason why it's stupid is, first off, the phrase that the Spanish settler uses would translate to the boy without love, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And why would he take, like, his name is not Sinamor, it's Namor. Like, he got rid of like the first syllable of the third word in the sentence that
Yeah, it's like, what's the point?
it's like they were like, we need a word in Spanish that has Namor in it, and they're like, no, but we got these two words. If we put them close enough together,
Yeah, you can cut that part out. And then...
yeah, we cut that part out. Kind of looks like Namor, right?
Well, they could have just said it was like no love or something, like really simple.
Tony is froggy.
No, they could have just said his name was fucking Namor from the very beginning.
I don't know. I kind of like that aspect though. It seems a little bit interesting.
Yeah, what would have been better is if that was just written on like a book or something, and then Namor picked
something.
it up, and then like say that part of it was smeared off when he picked it up, or like
Yeah.
And
that
all
would
he
make
got
more
was
sense.
the Namor part, and he's like, oh,
And it just gets passed down through legend that that's his name. Yeah.
Yeah, like regardless, I just think it sounds like a cool idea. Like I kind of understand what they're trying to do, but
all right. So Ramonda, meanwhile, goes to visit Nakia, who I'm pretty sure we've never seen before, right? She wasn't in Black Panther one, was she?
is this the Midnight Angels?
No, this is
Who is this?
Lupita and the gun. I don't know.
Yeah, she was in Black Panther
she's in Black Panther 1, yeah.
Is she?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's his girlfriend.
Yeah, it's heavily implied they were in a relationship in the first one. And obviously that leads to what happens at the end of this.
Was she just like that quick in the movie, or?
No, she was in
Yeah, she's in it, but she doesn't have like a major role. Like she has scenes with him, right? There's one scene that they have together. And then she's obviously in the club scene. And I think she's in the fight scene at the ending.
Yeah, she was like CIA. She was with the CIA in it, I think. If memory serves.
She was like all pissed off at him and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Either way, so she's there. She's back. That's who she goes visit. Turns out she's in Haiti because
Of the post-credit scene.
No, but I'm like, why Haiti? Like
Yeah, it's just. I guess maybe it's like humanitarian reasons, like she's going to help out, and also because of the post-credit.
oh, we know what happens in the book, but I'm saying, like, it's just weird. Like, why Haiti? Like, why so far from fucking Wakanda? But whatever. This is also where we find out that Ross, his ex-wife, is Valentina. She's investigating, doing all this stuff. And of course, we find out more that Ross is feeding info and yada, yada, yada. And we find more about that Nakia being the secret lover. Even though that there was kind of a relationship in the first one, and it looked like it was over, but I guess they kept hooking up. And I do think they do mention that this is post blip, that she moved post blip to Haiti.
Yes.
So I guess maybe after he dies, she like takes off and she's like, I can't be here no more because he's dead. Anyway, now we see Namor showing off the underwater city. He's like, hey, come on, Shuri, let's be allies. Just let me kill Riri Williams, who I have in my control, who I could have killed this whole time. who I can also just keep in a cage and never let out? And of course, she says no. The key is able to locate where Talocan is. And she goes and kills a couple guards. Again, I don't understand. She's just a regular person. How the hell is she killing 2 fucking Black Panther strength people?
Mm.
They get out. And of course, when they leave, Namor's out there fucking causing trouble over in fucking Wakanda. And at this point, fucking drowns the queen. Straight murders her. They don't want you to know this. Angela Bassett fucking dies. Fucking murdered.
Yeah, I feel like this was really this was one of the things that I heard a long time ago, and I thought it was dumb, and it turns out it was true. Because it's like you have 2 deaths in the movie.
Yeah, well, I also found it more dumb that
Well-
so Namor's a murderer here, right? Because he's killed the Queen of Wakanda at this point. So why didn't he just kill fucking Black Panther, and that's how he dies?
Yeah,
That would have been a better ending from.
There's a reason why he kills her. Right? He doesn't just murder her. He doesn't just like go over there like snap her neck or whatever, right? Basically, she's like, "Hey, I want Shuri back," and he's like, "Well, you know, I don't want to give her back. Let's be allies." And she's like, you know, we know where Talocan is. If you don't give Shuri back, I'm gonna tell everybody. And then he's like, well, now I'm gonna murder you. Like, you're in front of a man who can murder you, and you've just threatened his entire civilization. That was very smart, lady. Now I murder you.
Bad move.
Yeah. I was watching this movie the other day. It was Enola Holmes too, right?
Right.
And Enola Holmes is inside a cell with a grown man, right? She's like an 18-year-old kid. He's a grown man, adult. And she's mouthing off to him. And I'm thinking to myself, telling Sidekick Max, I'm like, why would she do that? This grown man obviously can just kill her at any moment, right? Like, why do people do that in movies? Like, I know you're a killer, but I'm going to be rude to you because that always works out in movies. Either way, dead. Of course, Namor comes back, finds the guards dead. And he's like, hey, I know I was just in Wakanda, but fuck Wakanda. We're going back and we're going to fucking kill everybody. So we get big Wakandan fight. Shuri, Riri, Okoye, they're trying to save people, evacuate. They're like, we're just going to get fucking murdered. We all got to leave. Namor just starts fucking demolishing shit because he's fucking Namor. And again, this is like, I don't know how strong, like, it's hard to gauge how strong he's supposed to be because earlier in the movie, he fucking destroys a helicopter, right? Now he's blowing shit up, but then later in the movie, he's going to get into a fight with Shuri Black Panther, and it's like...
And this is all while he's above water, right?
Yeah. Like, is he this strong, that strong? In the comic, he's like as strong as the Thing. Here, he's like sometimes only as strong as Captain America.
Well, because they came out and said that he's as strong as Hulk and Thor, which would make some sense if it was the comic. Because from what I understand is, if he's underwater, he's actually extremely powerful, but when he's above water, he doesn't have that. You know, he kind of gets debuffed. But I don't know Namor that much to like know if that's 100% true.
It is and it isn't, because okay, so we got to go way back to when comics were young, right? The Hulk was the strongest character, right? He was like, that was it, the Hulk. So Namor was always like one below the Hulk. But then somewhere along the line, characters started getting stronger and stronger, right? So then Hulk went up, Namor went up. So now Namor was as strong as the Thing, just under the Hulk. But now he was way above like Captain America and Spider-Man and everybody. So then at some point they're like, well, how do we got to make him weaker, right? So regular people, because everybody was chasing fucking Namor and the Hulk in the 70s. It's like every other comic. So then they came up with if he gets dried out, he gets weaker. So which made no sense because, like I said, it never affected him before. Then he had the whole thing with the human. Like he would fight the Human Torch and never get like dried out. But it.
Mhm. Well, it was a retcon.
So, yeah, in this movie they actually address that. They do the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah. So of course, like during the whole murdering of the mom, save Riri Williams, they leave. We get another funeral. What the Bobby? Okay.
Is he out?
Nah, I think I'm gonna have to bounce, guys. I'm falling asleep.
Oof.
Sorry, guys. Peace.
See
Right,
ya.
Bob.
So we get the funeral, and Baku's like, "Hey, it's not really your fault, guys. It's okay. You know, killing Namor is not. It's not going to end it, right? It's just gonna death leads to more death type thing, right? You kill one of them, they kill one of you. It's like a fucking gang war. You kill one of theirs, we're gonna kill two of yours, and they're gonna kill four of yours, and it's gonna go back and forth. Yes. So eventually, this causes Shuri to say, "Hey, you know that formula that I was working on that was gonna save my brother, but then I didn't get it in time. Then I stopped working on it. Let me start working on it again." And when did you know it? This Talokan bracelet had a vibranium plant in it. It was a flower from Namor's story. There was a little tiny little fucking piece of twig that somehow has survived 700 years being part of a bracelet. And she uses that to make new super juice. Super her. Where she goes to the ancestral plane. And who does she meet? Not CGI Chadwick Boseman. Not the mom. She meets Eric Killmonger. Yep, they don't want you to know, but Michael B. Jordan is also in this movie.
Which is this part is weird to me.
Yeah, he shouldn't be there.
This
Well,
sounds
yeah, she
unbelievable
shouldn't
how
see
good it is.
it. Will. I mean, I know that they are family, but that's not who she would see, right? She
Well,
wouldn't see her cousin. She would
he-
probably
he-
see her father.
He implies that secretly, deep down, she wanted him to show up because she wants to murder Namor.
Hmm.
So they argue, they get into it. He's like, "Hey, you know, you got to do what you got to do, right?" T'Challa couldn't do it. T'Challa had chances to kill people. He couldn't do it. You got to have some balls. Grow some fucking balls. Hard choices need to be made. Go fucking murder Namor.
Also, there's another thing too. That I've seen people kind of were debating on this point is, I thought Killmonger was redeemed at the ending, but I guess not. Which
No, he was never redeemed.
I kind of wish he was redeemed, to be honest.
I think he should have not been killed. I'm so sick of Marvel like killing every fucking villain off. It's like that's it. You get one movie, fucking dead.
It just to me doesn't still make much sense why he's like so, I don't know, salty or aggravated even after he died. It just seems like I don't know, like they didn't really close that arc.
I prefer this to the idea that he was going to be the next Black Panther, though. That would have been bullshit.
I thought you were about to say Eric July was there. Hey, we got another super chat. What's up? Joshua Perez says, "Screw Darius, screw Canadian Gamer, and screw Relic Gamer." Thank you,
$2
sir.
well spent.
Who and who? You don't need to know.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
I'll let you know later. Yeah. So of course they figure out. They say, "Hey, you know what? I think that if Namor is out of the water for too long, he might have a chance. He might somehow be depowered." Ross is arrested. For his whole treasonous act, helping the Wakandans.
Hmm.
Yada yada yada. She's like, I don't give a shit. I'm your ex-wife. Why the fuck am I gonna listen to you? The elders are shown that Black Panther lives, and Shuri is the new Black Panther. They're gonna use the device made by Riri to lure Namor. And again, they're going to lure him into a Wakandan ship and dry him out. They got like a special drying room, right? That they're going to lure Namor into. But M'Baku says, hey, don't kill him. Don't kill him. Black and brown together. He don't got a lot to do. I'm very disappointed. Winston Duke was a great actor in the first one.
Yeah, this is a fail in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because this wasn't. The rumor was that he was going to be Black Panther as well, which would have made sense.
It was either that or King of Wakanda. It was going to be.
Well, hold your horses on that one.
Well, I've read it, Tony, so I know what's coming. But apparently, that's the joke, right? He doesn't actually challenge for it. Or are we hearing different now? Is that part of the update from Cougs?
Part of the update, yeah. From Cougs.
From Cougs' son.
So, we get the whole, hey, don't kill because there's going to be war eternally. And, your mom didn't want eternal war, which is stupid, right? Okay, imagine if we were like, hey, Hitler, let's not kill Hitler because if we kill Hitler, there's going to be like Hitler's number 2 we'll just keep, fighting other Hitlers. And it's like, well, we still Hitler, right? Still evil.
Mm-hmm.
That's Carl when you need him.
Yeah. But I'm saying, because like not killing Namor, right? Like you're not going to be able to capture him. And even if you capture him, then the Tulokans are going to want to get him back. So there's going to be war. So you can't capture him. You can't kill him because then there's going to be war. And you can't let him go because there's going to be war. He's not going to just suddenly decide, hey, I don't want to be, we lost. I guess we're never going to have war again, right? It's like, so maybe in Magic Fantasyland, we're like, hey, we won. There's no more war. Let's sign a magical piece of paper that says you can't attack us no more. Let's hope you never break that treaty. That's another Hitler reference in case you didn't get it. Either way, so Shuri's thinking back. She's like, yep, my mom don't want me to do that. My mom wants me to be smart. So, of course, they get into the big fight. They lure him into the ship. She puts on the thing. She's like, and the ship goes to a fucking desert. That's right. Because they're like, hey, not only are we going to dry you out on the ship, but we're going to take you to the fucking desert where there's no fucking water. Meanwhile, Ironheart's flying around doing her shit with really, really shitty CGI, apparently. Apparently, like, the CGI is all over the place in this movie.
Yes, that's what I heard. Which means that they didn't learn their lesson from the last movie.
Yeah. The Dora Milaje also get new CGI armor, apparently. Which also looks like shit.
Oh, God.
So we get Wakandans, Tulokans, they're all fighting. And apparently, after we crash into the desert, Shuri breaks off one of his leg wings. Now he can't fly.
Or he can just fly in a circle.
Yeah. Which is in the comic, he did get those ripped off eventually. But it's kind of weird to get it like so soon, to get like fucking. And of course, we get the ship blows up. Namor gets burned. She's gonna kill him, but she thinks back. Mama said no. Mama said don't kill him. Mama said don't do it. So she's like fucking yield. And he's like, okay, I give up. You win. I give up. Don't kill me. They go back and they end the war. That's it. Anticlimactic. Hey, guys, I gave up. Let's go home. Back into the ocean. War is over. War has been canceled for today. And even though they've been savagely killing each other for the last 5-10 minutes, they all decide, okay, let's just stop.
Seems like they didn't know what to do with the ending.
Well, because they didn't want neither one to lose. They didn't want either side. It was like this was a fucking dusty finish. Anybody who watch wrestling?
Yeah.
Fucking dusty finish. Right?
Yeah.
They didn't want anyone to lose. They fucking double fucking DQ'd it and just like, all right, we'll pick it up in the next pay-per-view.
Why not just have Namor lose, like, and just make him kind of like a villain going forward, and then maybe you can do his own solo series and then kind of make him a sympathetic villain.
It's gonna end up in the X-Men at some point, blinded. I'm sure of it.
Well, they shouldn't have had. They should have made. Okay, in my opinion, they should have made him not be a villain, right? He tries to make a treaty with Shuri and all them, right? While he's showing her the city and doing his thing, doing his pitch, his sales pitch, right? That's when Atuma should have attacked Wakanda on his own, right? Now the Wakandans don't know that it's not on orders of Namor or whatever, so he just fucking goes, attacks, causes trouble. Now there's a war between these two countries that neither leaders have started, and now they got to figure out how to stop it, right?
I think that would be semi-interesting, but I think you should still keep him hostile, because I think what's interesting about him is, at least in this, is that he is, obviously we know that he's going to be on the Avengers or X-Men whenever, right? But he has those tendencies to do fucked up shit.
It's not Namor's
right?
movie. He should lose. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's also another point too. But like in the Secret Wars, the newest ones, I just remember he did something that was just like so like
he killed another planet, another universe.
Yeah, another planet, and it was. I thought that. Sorry, I'm
what
playing,
needed to
so
be
I'm
done.
distracted. Yeah, he needed, and I like that aspect of his character, right? Like they're not going to agree with him all the time, and sometimes he's going to just be on the sidelines, right? And I feel like just making him a standard Marvel villain or hero is just, I don't know, it's just so tiring. I want something new, right? We have characters that are kind of sympathetic villains, right? So I don't see why Marvel can't do something like that.
He's always been a bastard. He was always at his best when he was. I think.
Yeah.
When he was in Fantastic Four right at the beginning, he was.
Are they gonna do the love romance with him and Sue Storm? Because like that would also be kind of.
That'd be kind of weird having a savage brown man chasing a white woman.
But I mean, it just shows his character, right? Like he's kind of.
Yeah.
We don't know if she's going to be white at this point.
That's true.
No, she's probably going to be white.
Namor started out as a villain in the comics, so it makes sense. Here's the thing, right? And I say this all the time. The comics had years, if not decades, to flesh out these characters, right? And they're trying to do this in like a movie. They want him to go from like villain to hero within a movie, right?
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Like they don't want to give no one a good arc. So you gotta give someone like a 3, like Armor Wars is gonna be a fucking special. That thing was like a fucking multi-comic.
Well, it's a movie now.
It's a movie now.
Yeah, remember they changed it, so yeah, it's even worse.
Yeah, it's even worse. Yeah.
No, you're the one that told us it was a movie, Tony. You broke.
Yeah, and went from a special to a feature, like
from a series
special
to a
movie.
special. Yeah.
Not a special, a movie. Like we'll see this in the theater.
Right. But I'm saying it started off that it was going to be a series, then a special, then a movie.
I don't remember it ever going through being a special. I thought it was always a TV series and then straight to cinema.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, that wasn't that long ago.
It was rumors that it was going to be a special, and then they're like, no, it's going to go to the cinema.
Oh, okay, then.
Namor is more of an anti-hero villain now?
You know, it's interesting. I mean, we got... Namor's kind of like Black Adam. And they kind of just did the exact same thing with what they did in the Black Adam movie. Except, obviously, he's not the protagonist.
Yeah, so
it's like they can never fucking do something different.
So we get the Wakandans rebuilding. Nakia's returning to Haiti. Namora's like, hey, that was stupid. Why did you make peace with the Wakandans? And Namor's like, shut up, bitch. I got this. Because eventually, the white man's going to come for that vibranium. And Wakanda's gonna need allies. They'll come back. They'll come crawling back to us. Don't worry. I got this. I got this. Okoye frees Everett Ross from the truck. Why? I don't know. It's just a thing. Like, let's just free Everett Ross. He can't go to jail. They have a ceremony to crown Shuri the queen, but she ain't there. That's when M'Baku's like, hey, she got more pressing matters to attend to, but I will be challenging for the throne today. Which, again, is... some people are saying it was meant to be a joke. Some people are saying it's meant to be serious. But I remember them, like, in the first movie, they're like, hey, you got to stop. You got to drink this anti-super juice, right? So you fight as regular people.
Yeah.
And at that point, I'm pretty sure Winston Duke would kill fucking Letitia Wright in her, like, 20 pounds.
Yes.
He would just snap her, like, I'm the king now. Like,
Bruh.
so I'm surprised that he didn't, like, as soon as, like, Black Panther, as T'Challa was dead. How did the mom take over?
Was she not Queen Regent at this point?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, at that point, she's Queen
Well,
Regent.
How old
Yeah.
is Shuri? How old is Shuri though in the canon here? Do we know?
I don't think they say. Give her an age, whatever.
Maybe if she's not 18 yet.
Well, wasn't it? Hold on. Wasn't T'Challa just dealing with the political affairs of Wakanda? Because she was still queen, right? She
was technically queen, yes, but he was the leader of Wakanda because he did
Yeah.
the, like, ceremony or whatever.
Yeah, he was still king.
I don't think he was exactly king because I don't remember them calling him king.
Are you sure?
I mean, I have to go back, but I thought he was dealing with just a political affair, and then the
Fairly
mom was
sure
still
they called
queen.
I'm fairly sure they called.
Because why would they? Well, why is she still called queen?
He married his mom.
Well, she's.
It's Wakanda, Alabama.
We had
It just doesn't make sense.
to give it a real world perspective. Blinded. We had when our queen was alive. And her mum was alive. She was still the queen mother until her death. Even when we had a queen who was her daughter. So,
But you wouldn't call her queen, though. I've never heard that.
That's why I'm saying she must be Queen Regent at this point.
I feel like they called him Prince T'Challa in this movie. Like, I have to go back and look. I don't think they were calling him king.
In Black Panther 1.
Yeah, in Black Panther 1. Someone has to, like, go back and
Yeah,
look.
we'll have to go back and
Adam Wilson is right. We do need a live action Justice Friends from Dexter's Lab, Major Glory, Van Halen, Val Hallen, and the Infraggable Crunk. That was one of the best parts of Dexter's Lab. That monkey. Either way, there's going to be a ceremony. I would have thought that M'Baku would have challenged, like, as soon as fucking T'Challa died. Like, it would have tipped over his casket, be like, fuck you. I'm the new king. But again, in the comics, he's a bad guy. So. In here, he's just like a dude that just hangs out. He's like, hey, I'm part of Wakanda or some shit. Either way, so we get the mid-credit scene. There's no post-credit scene, but mid-credit scene. Shuri's in Haiti. They perform the ritual of burning the funeral tire. They're like, all right, that's it. I've come to terms with the Black Panther's death. And then she says, hey, I would like to introduce you to my son, T'Challa. Which, they're not going to recast T'Challa. They're just going to make a new T'Challa.
And he's already 5 in the post-credit scene.
he's what? Is he 5 years old? Is that how old?
Yes.
This is what I was going to ask. So we've got the T'Challa, but we've got to wait fucking 20 years for him to grow up before he can get in a Black Panther costume.
Well, I think
Unless there's a time fuckery.
there's going to be a time jump.
I think there's going to be fuckery.
Yeah.
It'll be Secret Wars fuckery.
Yeah. He'll go through the fucking the time machine like in what was it? Infinity War? Endgame? But they're going through the time machine and Scott's growing. He's like turned into a baby, turned into an old man.
Yeah, this is a bullshit copy.
Well, I mean, you could just do it with Battle World. After the reset of Battle World, things get fucked up, right? Because I'm pretty sure they're going to merge universes, and this is how they explain the X-Men appears, because I really don't think the X-Men are going to show up in the MCU.
Well, if they do it, they
And
will.
there's a rumor about Deadpool. I'm not sure if you heard about what the recent casting news of Deadpool, because that I feel like is a big giveaway of what's going to happen in that movie. Yes.
And it's going to be Deadpool and Wolverine kill the MCU.
Or something like that, yeah. I feel like that's already telling.
Riri goes back to college and it's like, we hope one day we'll cross paths again. Perhaps in a Disney Plus series coming out soon.
By the way, I have to admit her characterization sounds slightly better here than in the comics. It's a little bit empty, but in the comics it was just her just trying to find Tony Stark, right? Trying to like bring him back.
Yeah.
So I mean, at
really
least they kept. Yeah, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say they really don't push the Tony Stark thing, even though she builds armor. It's not like in the comics where she's like, "I'm gonna be the next Tony Stark."
Yeah.
And she's a bit older. Like in the comics, she was
She's a kid in the comics.
Younger, yeah.
much younger. This one, at least, she's in college at MIT. So
Yeah, I still don't like her suit in this one. It looks like when I first that new image.
Yeah, it looks
For some, it looked like an AI generated image. It was really weird. I was looking at it and I was like, "What's up with the look of it? It just doesn't look like it's real.
Oh, she
doesn't look like it's in a movie."
She didn't do much. She flew around, shot some Talokians, like a Power Ranger. Yeah, remember I didn't watch the movie.
It looked like a drone or something. That's what I thought it was when I saw that suit. I thought it was like some kind of fucking drone.
Yeah, I didn't watch the
that's
movie.
Ironheart.
Cougs just told me over the phone. It was kind of windy, so maybe I misheard a couple things, but yeah. So after hearing all that, what do you guys think? You think it sounds like it's going to be a great movie? 10 out of 10. Everyone's saying it's like 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. They all love it.
Well, not
90%.
That's an aggregator,
aren't they? Yeah. 90% of those people are giving it positives, but it's like sevens they're giving it.
Well, I don't even know what they've been giving it, but
it's been getting lots of sevens.
I mean, well, this is just the plot, right? So
it's just the basic. It's not like I said. I'm not going over like how it looks or the feel or yada yada yada. It's at 88% now. Damn.
Or the performances, because one of my biggest problem is with Shiri, right, being the main character, like, and that's all really going to depend on her performance, regardless of how the plot is, right?
Yeah. So we're still spoilers. I wanted to say we're not going to be spoilers, but I'm sure we're going to mention spoilers. But I'm going to share the Rotten Tomatoes. So all critics are at 88%, but the top critics are at 80%. 8 of them got it at Rotten, 32 have it at Fresh, and 15 have it Rotten out of the all critics.
I wonder who gave it a Rotten. I want to see like
find out.
Some of the reviewers that I
like a 1
follow.
out of 5 or something.
Yes, I think that was Telegraph.
Larson on film. He gave it a 2 out of 4. He says there's a smaller story about Salas buried somewhere in here, but Phase 4 has no interest in that. We got Mike LaSalle from the San Francisco Chronicle. He's a top critic. As it stands, Wakanda Forever feels as lost and forlorn as the Wakandan people. 2 out of 4. Tim Greason, Screen International. Wakanda Forever proves poignant in 2 ways. The film is often quite thoughtful in its exploration of grief, but it struggles to overcome what the actor's loss means to the future of the series. Ethan Vesby from the Film Stage. The true prestige Marvel picture borders on being less a film, continuing themes that resonated with audiences and rather about itself, resulting in artistic tensions both interesting and frustrating.
That's a more interesting claim than the other
Alberto
ones.
Corona from the Cinemania in Spain. Wakanda Forever, in short, faces the same dilemmas as the previous film, but has lost any poise to combat them. The Houston Chronicle also gave it a rotten score. Certainly, the film has its high points, but ultimately it pales in comparison to its predecessor, one of the best entries in the field of superhero cinema, and feels largely like a placeholder for next week. Oh my lord, it was not one of the best movies. I never pay attention to Rotten Tomatoes. I usually don't either.
It's a good gauge though to see where.
Yeah.
Lying, I know the audience scores and the critic scores are always wildly different with things.
It is wildly different. That's why, I mean, you should always take it with a grain of salt, but like it's an aggregator, right? It's compiling all the reviews and giving you different opinions that you could look through and then make your own judgment. So
this guy gave it a 4 out of 10. The repetitive
4
pattern
out
of
of 10.
identifying a quandary, then whipping up a high-tech answer grows maddening, frivolous, especially over the course of 160 minutes.
And who is that? Who is that?
That is Mike Massey, Gone with the Twins.
Hmm.
I wish there was a way I could just fucking like all rotten scores or whatever. Like, on other websites.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes more sense given what the website is about. It's kind of stupid.
Nothing too interesting. Lots of tomatoes. Time Magazine, gave it a. Ticking boxes isn't the same as pulling magic or even just insight from thin air. The sad reality is that the show must go on, and without Chadwick Boseman, it's just more of the same. Our job is to pretend it's enough. Oof. This white lady apparently.
But I think a lot of people feel that way though, without even watching the movie.
Hey, look, we got Grace Randolph.
Well, she gave it a positive review.
Fantastic sequel about grief and true leadership with Shuri's journey. Ryan Coogler handles the passing of Chadwick Boseman quite well. Plus, Namor is a fantastic addition with the MCU. With the MCU? Wow, she's can't type any better than she can speak. One of Marvel's best. Well.
It might well be. You may well go watch it and say it is. You have to watch it.
I don't think it is.
From what I've read, I doubt it.
I will say it's probably better than the synopsis that we've given it, right? Because again, we were just kind of hitting the points and not really diving into you're not seeing it, right? Sometimes when it's just written on paper, like if you wrote out what happened in Spider-Man No Way Home, you'd be like, oh, that's kind of dumb. But then when you see it, you're like, oh, this is fucking awesome.
Adam, are you asking us to score this? Because we'd have to watch it first, even though we've read all of this.
Yeah, I have not watched it. Again, I just got my information from Cougs. Called me up.
And Cougs was really enthusiastic when he was telling Tony about it. So
it's very exciting. He just got off of a premiere. He was like really, really excited.
Oh man.
It sounds like it's going to be
this part, Tony, and
it's going to be a solid 7, probably. I'm guessing. It sounds like it's going to have its moments, its dips. If you're a fan of Namor, you're probably not going to like it. If you're a fan of Black Panther, you're probably not going to like it. If you're just a fan of movies, you might like it. That's what I'm saying.
I was always going to go into it pissed off that there wasn't a recast anyway, even if it's a really good film. I was always going to go into it pissed off that they didn't recast T'Challa.
Yeah, they should have recast.
That's why I've got his middle name in honor. So don't cancel me for blackfacing, because I'm blackface as a mask on.
Oh man,
Yeah,
still gonna get canceled anyway.
we're all canceled. Disney's going to come after us. Kevin Feige, he's going to hunt us down for ruining the movie. That was the other thing. Like a lot of people are like very. I mentioned this. I think I mentioned this earlier. Like Mad Max and them, like don't want to touch the spoilers. Or like they'll talk about spoilers for everything else, but suddenly the Black Panther 2. Like,
But I think we know why though, because it's. I mean, even though it has its problems or whatever, or it sounds okay. There's no like big, oh my god, Doctor Doom. Oh my god, fucking this character.
Well,
Right?
you got
Because that's
Killmonger. He's alive, sort of.
yeah, but that's not like everybody expected that, right? It's not like, oh my god, I expected Doctor Doom and he's in it, and I'm so excited, right? It's not like that.
Yeah, this is why we should never listen to bullshitters on the way up, because that's all that was. It was bullshit. All of the Latveria stuff was all bullshit. Obviously now.
I just have a problem with people because that's the same reason why people hate Doctor Strange. It's not because of all the there's problems with the writing. It's because they didn't have fucking Tom Cruise as Iron Man. Like, what the fuck? Are you serious? Like, you're gonna not like a movie because there's no cameos? Like, that's where we're at with Marvel. It's just like, and they give it to people still, right? So, I mean, you can't blame them, but at the same time, I would blame them because, I mean, this is the state of Marvel now.
Yeah, well, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't, because there's too many cameos, or if there's a big cameo that takes away from the movie, people get all upset. Oh, this took the focus away from X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it was funny though that they came out and said that Doctor Doom was never going to be in the movie, but yet there was all those rumors about him showing up in the ending and him tying into a plot point that is in the movie, but we didn't know from the trailers, right? So it's kind of weird.
Which
There was always
plot
big
was that?
rumors. There was always big rumors of a Latveria connection at least, and there was none of it. Not
What
one
plot
word.
point was that, Blinded?
The French raiding the ship or whatever, that was rumored to be
Latveria.
orchestrated by Doctor Doom, right? That was part of the rumor. So that plot point is in the movie, but
the idea
it has no connection to Doctor Doom.
The idea was going to be that the vibranium was for his armor as well.
Well,
Yeah.
Again, this is why I feel like there's probably elements of the original idea, the original script, and that might have been one of those elements that was carried over. Like, hey, we got Doctor Doom now. We're gonna do this. That way, Chadwick Boseman is gonna set up for Doctor Doom. Latveria, Wakanda type thing.
I'm going to be honest. I think Doctor Doom is not going to even appear in this phase.
No, I don't think he is.
No, this phase is over. So this is the end.
Oh, sorry, not this phase. I mean, phase 5 and 6. I don't think he's going to appear. Yeah, because everybody's like, oh, he should show up for Secret Wars, but it doesn't.
Secret Wars at all.
No, that makes no sense. That never made sense to me. I've said this on the stream multiple times. You would have to build up. You have to build him up in order to do what they did in Secret Wars. Remember, and he's not in the original Secret Wars. He's not the big villain. It's the 2015.
Yeah, that's the one they're going with.
In the 2015, that requires you to develop the character, right? Because of his whole. Say again.
I'd like to make a bet with you now that Doctor Doom shows up before Secret Wars.
Okay, yeah, I say he won't.
Okay.
I don't think he is because they're really building up Kang.
Yeah, there's no way that you're gonna now introduce. That's like them just like randomly introducing Galactus.
Yeah,
but look they already learned their lesson in Star Wars where they had Snoke and then they just killed him. Like, hey, he's not important.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be like, hey, Kang, remember him? He's not important. Doctor Doom.
I'm not even saying at this point that he's going to be the main antagonist. I'm just saying he's going to show up. It seems like an easy.
Yeah, I think I would bet. I would bet that he's not going to show up.
Okay.
He would take too much focus. If he shows up, then everybody's going to like.
Tony, you witness
something.
Tony, you witness. You five in
up.
chat or witness. This is the main Blinded. The bet is on. We just need to work out.
Do you want to be more specific?
Just before
like
the end of phase.
What movie you think he's going to appear in? I think he's not going to.
Before the end of phase 6, that's all I'll say.
Okay.
You'll see him on screen in armor.
Well, there
the end of
was.
phase 6.
Here is one way they could do it. Originally, Doctor Doom was Kang, right? There was always the
Dr. God
Doom is Kang thing in the comics, and then they quickly changed that. They quickly no. But Kang is Nathaniel Richards.
Yeah, his history.
So he's also supposed to be. He's supposed to be related to both Reed Richards and Doctor Doom.
If you hear or listened to or read whatever wherever it is. Ryan Coogler was talking about Doctor Doom, right? And he said that Doctor Doom was a character that is like a Thanos character. He said that. So it's like, why would they now introduce a second big villain?
I don't think they're going to introduce a second. That's why I'm agreeing with you, Blinded.
Yeah.
Finbar just thinks he's just going to show up to set him up for the next.
So the Thanos thing, right? Thanos was your main antagonist for Phase 3, right?
Mm-hmm. 1, 2, and 3.
You saw Thanos at the end of the first Avengers movie.
Mm-hmm. At the end of Phase 1.
Yep. So I'm saying you will see Doctor Doom in armor before the end of Phase 6. I'm not saying he's going to be the main antagonist.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm not saying which movie he's going to show up in. I'm just saying he'll show up.
If he were to appear, because I still don't think he would, it would make some sense based on the rumors that he would show up in Ant-Man 3, because the
when is Fantastic Four coming out?
2025.
That's part of Phase 5, right?
6.
It's part of Phase 6.
It's beginning of 6.
Deadpool comes first in Phase 6 now, I think.
Deadpool is the end of Phase 5.
Is it not the beginning of Phase 6? No.
No.
Okay, so it's the first one in Phase 6 then.
Well, either way, I could see him being in the Fantastic Four movie.
I don't think he is.
Yeah, I would rather he wasn't.
Yeah, but I could see him being in just like even a flashback, like when Reed's in college and Doom's like in the background walking or something.
I think you know who's more likely to appear in a Fantastic Four movie or hinted. It's Silver Surfer, not Doctor Doom, because Doctor Doom has been exhausted so much in the Fantastic Four that I think that the way that they're going to approach Doctor Doom is that he's a standalone character.
Oh, please.
He has ties to obviously the Fantastic Four, but he also has ties to Black Panther.
Howard Stern said he's going to be in the Doctor Doom movie. Remember?
Oh, that was a joke. It was a joke.
No, he was on a hot mic.
No, he came out and said it was trolling. He was trolling.
They were writing the Doctor Doom movie though. They had the director attached to it and everything, didn't they?
Yes, they had. No, it wasn't. Yes. It was a movie, and then the guy who was, I forget his name. He's doing the Alien TV show. He was talking with Marvel, because they wanted to turn it into a series, but nothing came of it. I don't even think they let him go or anything. I think they might want to do that still.
Yeah, he met with Feige. I remember it being mentioned that he'd met with him, and nothing else got mentioned about it. That's why I just think it's a safe bet, Blinded. I don't know why you're just so confident that he's not going to show up.
I think he's going to show up in Phase
7.
7.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know. There's so much, especially without Iron Man around, without your big guns. It'd be kind of weird to have Dr. Doom show up. They have to establish Reed Richards as somebody, I think, first. Anyway, I think that's it. We've been here longer than an hour. Finbar's wife is going to kill us. I'm sure of this.
It's going to kill me, not you. It's going to kill me.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for the super chats, guys. We appreciate it. Appreciate all the support. We will be back. Maybe Thursday we'll celebrate. I don't know. I got to get with these guys because I don't work Fridays. So Fridays we're going to be doing some early morning streams.
Thursday I'm going to see the movie.
Thursday he's going to see the movie and let us know that we were 100% correct in what we told him, what we said.
Yeah, I got my tickets booked for Friday, so I'll be seeing it Friday, and it's my wife's birthday Friday as well. So,
we'll tell your wife happy birthday from all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, love, peace, booty grease. We out this.